Hi, I'm Kayleen. If you clicked on this video because of my title, which was the best back strengthening exercise you could ever do, then I'm going to answer that question right away, immediately, because if you're just going to click away anyways, my answer for the best back strengthening advice ever is every single time that you flex your hips, you should extend your spine. So if you know what that means, you can go on your way. If you don't know what that means, then let me talk about that a little bit longer, okay? I have been teaching group exercise of everything you can imagine for about 35 years. I haven't taught Tai Chi, but that probably will be my next class that I'll start learning. I teach everything else you can think of, from fitness center classes. I also teach some sports, soccer, badminton, tennis, hiking, all those classes. So I realized about 15, 20 years ago that all of my students would come to class and sitting on the floor. I teach at a 2-year college now. I have taught at two colleges. Now I'm only at 1 2-year college. I realized that they couldn't even sit up straight at all. And sitting up, like with really good posture, is a core strengthening exercise, if you didn't already realize that. And the 3 biggest reasons for back pain are bad posture, weak muscles, and tight muscles. And all 3 of those pretty much go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. So what I started to give to all my students was what I called posture links. I used to call it posture homework, but they always got confused with that. So I started calling it posture links, because I want you to make a conscious effort to work on your posture every waking moment. So although I love fitness, I love teaching classes, I love fitness centers, I love health clubs, I love everything about it, I realize you don't have to go to the gym to do a lot of things that would really help you. So if you spend some time on the posture links, and I have given some in my previous videos. So number 1, I started this channel to promote my book. I'm writing a graphic memoir of how I used my health and fitness knowledge to stop my mother with mild dementia from forgetting me. But I also wanted to give lots of other health and fitness advice on my channel. So this one I really think would be the most helpful for everybody. So here is a picture of a back extension device. So if you have seen this before, this is a picture I took at a corporate fitness center that I substituted at. What you do is you put your feet in the bottom there on the right, and then you put your hips up, and then you usually would flex your hips and bring your whole body down and bring it up. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to go to the gym to get into that back strengthening device. You can do it all day long. So what I wanted to teach you is that every single time that you flex your hips, that means every single time you bend over to scoop your kitty litter, if you bend over to put things in your dishwasher, make your bed, pick something up off the ground, all the things with you're not picking up everything. You know the general rules. If you pick up something heavy, you squat and use your legs. So I'm only talking about all the other parts in life that we're always bending over, getting something out of cabinets underneath. Picking up your shoes, which I also have in the previous video. I talked about the posture links where you can work on your balance. So every single time you put your shoes on or your socks on, try to pick your foot up, because your balance is also part of your core strength. But today's video is I wanted you, every single time you flex your hips. So what I wanted to teach you is that every single time you close the angle of a joint, it's called flexion. When you open up the angle of a joint, it's called extension. And when you go too far, it's called hyperextension. So some people have extra elasticity in their joints and they can go too far. I don't have that elasticity. So you're not supposed to hyperextend your elbows, your knees, your neck, or your low back. But for some people, they can go farther. So what I wanted to teach you is some basic kinesiology. So you know that your bicep is responsible for elbow flexion, correct? So your low back, which is called your quadratus lumborum, is responsible for spinal extension and hyperextension. So my point is, every single time you're cleaning, scrubbing the toilet, all those things that we bend forward, I want you not to flex your spine. I want you to extend your spine. You could hyperextend your spine when you're bending over, and that would give you a little bit more of a hamstring stretch, same as in downward dog. Whenever you're in downward dog, if you know downward dog, if you do a little bit of back hyperextension, you'll get a deeper hamstring stretch. And it's impossible really to go too far when you're in downward dog. But if you had, of course, the general rule is if you ever get that kind of a pain, then you stop it. So my lesson today is every single time you bend over, extend your spine, so that will strengthen your low back. And then when you get to go to classes and Pilates and yoga, you can do more advanced exercises and poses because you've got your back nice and strong. So from now on, catch yourself. If you feel yourself rounding your spine through all your entire day, pull yourself up nice and tall, put a book on your head, pull your head back, ears over your shoulders. But of course, if you're sitting like this, sometimes people could hyperextend their low back. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep it neutral. But like I said, every single time you flex your hips, which we do an innumerable number of times all day long, so especially if you're cleaning. So you can get a good workout in your low back while you're cleaning. Extend your spine, keep it nice and straight. Thanks a lot for listening. I hope you check out some of my other videos on everything else that comes from caregiving and health and fitness. Thanks.